Logan Paul, again.
Start with this. So, Logan Paul put out this statement today, basically saying, it's time, I'm finally doing that refund that I pledged like a year ago. It's go time, baby. Your prayers have been answered, Saint Logan is here. And since there's so many people who've been vocal about him being a scammer, me being one of them, a lot of people took this and immediately started attacking me going, Charlie, you feel bad yet? You called this guy a scammer, but look at what he's doing. He's the good guy. And it's like, brother, get off the stupid juice. He is literally...
That was such a stupid thing to say. Oh, look at Dad! How dare you call him a scammer after he scammed people? Now he's refunding them. He's not a scammer for that. Admittedly, I think Logan Paul is a beacon of society. I think he did good with the crypto zoo, because my honest opinion is, if you were stupid enough to buy his stupid NFTs in the hopes that you're gonna become rich, you deserve to take your money being taken away from you, okay? If Logan Paul got you, it is no one else's fault but your own for being such a goddamn potato, okay? It's not his fault. He did actually a favor to you, because chances are you would probably just stew away in your pot and get scammed by something bigger and worse than him, okay? Any scammer in the world could have used your money better than you, considering you decided to buy his NFT thingamajiggy. Okay? Logan Paul is a hero for taking your money because you don't know what to do with money. You need to be on government support because you can't make decisions for yourself.
Paying people back for a scam he ran. He's not the good guy. He's doing the bare minimum. And it's kind of deep. So... I'll just read through most of this here before getting into the nitty-gritty, because there's a lot more than meets the eye. Also, the timing couldn't have been worse, because just yesterday, that clip of me talking about how Logan Paul will never pay anyone back got posted on the second channel. So less than 24 hours later, he comes around, he's like, take this, Charlie. Here it is. But let me make this clear. Anyone who gets paid back through this, it is a good thing. But there are some strings attached.
Bro, they're just gonna lose that money again.
Let's go through it. Today I'm incredibly happy to announce that I am delivering on my promise to buy back base egg and base animal crypto zoo NFTs for their original purchase price. This buyback program is being carried out at eggnftbuyback.com. Claims can be submitted through this site through February 8th. And then he explains about Crypto Zoo and its original vision, which fucking floundered, and it was a huge, messy explosion of dog shit. Watch Coffeezilla's series on it. It explains everything really well. Logan continues to fall back on he's basically blameless. It was all everybody else. He's, the misunderstood hero of the story. It's all bad actors, and he's going to take a real stand against them. Now, in Coffeezilla's video, Logan, if I remember correctly, didn't take money from it the same way that the other people did. But he's not blameless. He is far from it. But anyway, he goes into his hardline stance. I have filed a lawsuit in federal court in Texas to hold the bad actors accountable. It's a 25-page lawsuit. Public can be found here. It's not based just on the snippets of conversation taken out of context. This lawsuit is the result of an exhaustive investigation that included the review of the entirety of conversations tracking nefarious trading activity related to the project and nefarious trading activity taken behind our backs without our knowledge and with the intention of defrauding us all. As for the game itself, unfortunately, it will not be released. Shocker. I personally spent $400,000 to have it developed, and after its completion in early 2023 and some further diligence, unfortunately there are too many regulatory hurdles that would need to be cleared that I did not originally understand and would ultimately delay this buyback even further. E3, we were all so hyped for Crypto Zoo to come out, and now it's not coming.
The hoarders.
This buyback is a way for me to make whole those who intended to play Crypto Zoo. The buyback is not intended to compensate those who gambled on the crypto market and lost. So when I...
That's good. That's good.
First read that, this was a massive red flag, and it makes me believe a lot of people didn't even get this far, because that is so fucked up. He's basically victim blaming them, like, oh, hey, if you guys gambled on this...
True. Okay, this is honestly something that I expected when I heard that Logan Paul is issuing a refund. Because, again, the reason why Logan... I said this at the start when all of this was happening. The reason Logan Paul cannot just take responsibility and say, "Oh, I'm refunding the victims," just plainly like that, is because if you say, "Oh, I'm refunding the victims," that is literally admission of a crime, and you can get sued for this. But the doing in the way that he does this now, by the way, saying, so the game can't actually be made so it's only fair that people who wanted to play the game are compensated. That's completely different. You can't get sued for it. Well, you can't probably get sued for everything, honestly, in this situation. But, this is gonna be way, way, way harder to make stick. Okay? Because it's true. Most of the people who obviously bought this are stupid degenerates who wanted to gamble. And I think their money should be gone in the ether. Again, if you were stupid enough to buy Logan Paul's NFTs thinking it's going to make you rich, I have absolutely no sympathy for you. If you bought a monkey JPEG for, a couple of million and sold your house to get it and you called it an investment and now it's worth literally pennies, I have no sympathy for you. I personally think it's a good thing that you are probably technically out of the gene pool at this point.
That's like your fault. Like, I can't control your stupid investment ideas.
True.
Just because I may have led you to believe it's a great idea
True.
doesn't mean it's like my fault. You're stupid. You gambled and
True.
you lost, loser. That's a really bold thing to say, especially when, like, behind the scenes, this was very clearly designed to be an investment vehicle. It's important to remember that the Zoo token was created to support Crypto Zoo game and its players. It was not intended as an investment vehicle.
Well, it was intended as an investment vehicle for the people who owned it.
As outlined in the white paper. Bunch of baloney. Actual fucking horseradish. But he is issuing refunds to a certain extent. That's a W. As long as the victims get their money back, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Now, I didn't go here. I didn't look at it, but others did. So Attorney Tom, who is the one involved in the lawsuit that Logan Paul's actively engaged in, he represents a lot of the victims. He was excited by this until he got into the more fine print of what this means. So if you go through this buyback and you're one of the victims, you waive your right to go after him anymore.
Classic. Yeah. This is how these things also work. I did not know that he's gonna have... Well, I kind of predicted that there should be something, that you're waiving some rights of... this is what all companies do, okay? This is common practice. This is nothing new. This is nothing unexpected. This is common practice. If you agree to X, you can no longer sue company. That is the common practice in so many different things.
So he's covering his own ass through this. So it's not exactly, the cleanest, no strings attached protocol. It's got a little mud on the boots here. There's a little stink to this shit. And that's something Coffeezilla also called out. He said, making a video on the Logan Paul situation, super happy some of the victims will get refunded a year later. Let's not pretend there isn't ulterior motives. Logan is being crushed in a lawsuit.
Bruh, the Coffeezilla is not happy about this. His golden goose, the only videos that he can honestly do about Logan Paul and complaining, the poor idiots that bought your stupid stuff that wanted to become billionaires overnight. Think of them. Think of the poor idiots. Yeah, he no longer will be able to make videos like this. Oh no. Man, Coffeezilla is probably devastated. He secretly 100% hoped that this day will never come.
Right now, referring to this one, I believe. As usual, he's trying to save his own skin. And then he highlights what I mentioned about waiving any actual or anticipated claims against Logan Paul. So you can get your refund, but you're not having your cake and eating it too. You can no longer come after him for getting scammed.
Yeah, and that's how it works. Always.
I highly recommend watching Attorney Tom's video. I'm not going to play it in its entirety or anything, but you're not getting all of your money back per se. And that's something Attorney Tom explains. You are getting some of your money back. Like, it is a refund to a certain extent, but it's not like this all-encompassing refund that I think a lot of people were expecting. Imagine trusting Logan Paul.
That's interesting because at the start he did though say buy price, right? At the start here. He did say buy price that you originally got it for.
Well, it's not even a matter of trust. Like, he pledged that he was going to be giving refunds, and he is, to his credit, giving money back. Just not the cleanest way of doing so, I would say. Thanks to Prime Scoob. There was definitely a better way of doing it. Definitely should have been sooner as well. But
it should have not have been done in the first place.
If the victims are happy, then that's what matters at the end of the day. How many people even played this?
Dude, Coffeezilla has sold that. If the victims aren't happy at the end of the day, dude, I hated honestly Coffeezilla's video about Logan Paul because it was so bad. Because one of the things that Coffeezilla did, first of all, Coffeezilla in the Logan Paul investigation did not find anything new. He literally recounted publicly known information. If you were even slightly following the Crypto Zoo thing, you knew every single thing that Coffeezilla gave in his video, because none of it was new. All of it was already stuff on the internet, plainly posted in front of you. But Coffeezilla did have some talks with some people, who did not give their names, and that was dude. Coffeezilla lost all respect I had for him at that point. Just clearly washed down the drain. You know why? Because in the original Logan Paul video, he had conversations with people who knew more about the situation and whatnot, about the Crypto Zoo and whatnot, and he kept those identities private. Now, the thing about those identities were, it was other people who were involved in Crypto Zoo and who took the money and ran away with it. Yeah. Dude, when your grand witness who's saying, oh, this is all Logan Paul's fault, is the guy who took the money, ran away with it, and admitted himself that he actually took the project hostage at one point, and that's your grand witness, and that is the person you... Dude, there's a clear conflict of interest right there. And you're gonna hide his identity so people don't notice that. That's where Coffeezilla just lost every ounce of anything that, I thought decent about him. Because, dude, you cannot... Imagine this. There's a murder. There's the person who got murdered, and there's the murderer. And then someone comes out and says, I got an eyewitness to the situation, and this eyewitness says that the murderer did nothing wrong, that there's no fault. And turns out, who is this eyewitness? Well, it's the guy who's presumed to be the murderer. Imagine that. And that is essentially what happened with the Crypto Zoo thing, dude. Because the people who Coffeezilla interviewed, the ones that had first-hand account of the situation, were people who had literally everything to gain from Logan Paul taking the fall there. They were people who had very clear interests in Logan Paul becoming the poster child for doing bad things in this situation. They were people who gained everything by dropping the ball on Logan Paul. That was just so unbelievable.
Zero, because the game was a non-functional pile of trash. Why did KSI say, what will haters say now? People are haters because they want their money back from a scam. Yeah, that was a really weird tweet. I was super shocked to see that too.
KSI is pretty stupid.
Oh, I didn't even realize this was a response to that. But it's not like people are just blindly hating on Logan. He scammed his audience in a huge way. And they're like, can we get our money back that you promised us, please? Like fucking groveling at his feet because so many people lost so much money. It's not just like blindly hating on him because they don't like his... signature move in the WWE or something. It's a very legitimate reason to not like Logan Paul. So that was a very odd tweet from KSI for sure about this thing. As I mentioned, Coffeezilla stated that he'll be making a new video on the Logan Paul situation with this new update. So you already know I'm going to be glued to that like a child to their iPad while waiting for their mother to...
Obviously he will. And he's gonna start by a sob story of how probably this is breaking families apart, and how the poor people who bought into the NFTs are innocent.
Finish her hair appointment. I will be keeping my finger on the pulse there to see what...
Good, Charlie. Now shut up. Anyway, this is Quizzer Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, haven't told anything, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.